They say Tangled is a story about magic, dreams, and a girl with golden hair. But fairy tales often hide the darkest truths. And this one begins with a crime so monstrous the kingdom erased it from history. Long before Rapunzel was born, the land suffered from a terrible plague. People whispered of a healing flower blessed by the sun. But the truth was far worse. The flower didn't heal. It absorbed life, draining one soul to restore another. A parasite in disguise. Mother Gothel knew this. She used it for centuries, surviving by feeding off the lives of others. But when the flower was taken to save the queen's unborn child, Gothel found a new source of life, a permanent one. A baby with the flower's curse in her blood, the abduction. The night Rapunzel was born, Gothel crept into the castle, not for revenge, but to reclaim her medicine. When she sang to the child, the baby's hair glowed with the same sickening light the flower once held. And Gothel realized something horrifying. If she took the baby, she wouldn't need the flower ever again. So she stole Rapunzel from her crib and vanished into the forest. But she didn't raise her. She harvested her. The prison of light. The tower wasn't a home. It was a feeding chamber. Every day, Rapunzel sang the sun incantation. Her hair glowed, and Gothel's flesh tightened, her wrinkles fading like smoke. Not because of magic, but because the cursed energy inside Rapunzel's body was being drained into Gothel. Rapunzel never knew. She only felt tired, unusually tired, as if every birthday stole another piece of her life. The windows of the tower were shaped like narrow eyes. The stones had strange symbols carved deep into them. They weren't decorations. They were seals to keep Rapunzel's power from escaping. And every night the walls whispered, a low hum, a pulse, like the tower itself was alive and watching. The lies that bind. Gothel filled Rapunzel's mind with horrors of the outside world. Plagues, monsters, thieves, shadows that steal your breath. Anything to keep her afraid. Anything to keep her singing. But the truth was simple. If Rapunzel ever left, Gothel would wither into dust. Over time, Rapunzel's hair grew impossibly long, not naturally, but because it was never allowed to fall or die. It wasn't hair anymore. It was living sunlight, draining her from the inside. Some nights she felt it move on its own, like it had a heartbeat, like it was hungry. The Stranger at the Tower. When Flynn Rider climbed the tower, he didn't find a bubbly girl with a frying pan. He found Rapunzel, pale, thin, trembling, like someone who had lived years without sunlight. Her hair dimly glowed even without singing, a soft, haunting pulse. Flynn saw the truth immediately. This wasn't a girl hidden for safety. This was a girl imprisoned for her power. But the moment she stepped outside the tower, the world changed. The birds stopped singing. The forest grew silent. The air turned cold. Because Gothel felt the break in the spell, and she began to rot. The monster revealed. Gothel chased them through the forest, her body decaying with every step Rapunzel took away from her. Her skin sagged, her hair fell out in clumps, her eyes glowed with a feral, empty hunger. She wasn't a woman anymore. She was a creature clinging to stolen life. When she finally cornered Rapunzel, her voice cracked like breaking bones. "Give it back." She didn't want Rapunzel's freedom. She wanted her years, her youth, her soul. And Rapunzel realized something. Her hair didn't just heal, it could destroy. One final song, a final burst of cursed light, and Gothel's true form emerged, a shriveled husk of the centuries she had stolen. Her body collapsed into ashes as the last of the false youth faded away. The price of freedom. But magic always demands a cost. When Rapunzel's hair was cut, the curse broke, not gently, but violently. It screamed as it died, a sound she would never forget. And for the first time in her life, Rapunzel felt truly human, free but fragile. No more glow, no more power, no more curse. Just a girl who survived a monster, wearing the mask of a mother. The fairy tale they never told you. The kingdom welcomed her home with joy, but Rapunzel never told them the full truth. Not about the tower that whispered, not about the glow that fed on her, not about the creature who drained her life day after day, and definitely not about the nightmares, the ones where she still hears her hair breathing. Fairy tales end with happily ever after, but Rapunzel knows the truth. Some stories only pretend to be happy because the real version would haunt children forever.